All right, homeowners to be, are you ready for the journey to home ownership? Well, if so, allow me to take you through the process.
Welcome to Eye on Mortgage, where we keep you updated on what's happening in the mortgage industry and what you need to know about the mortgage process. Are you a first time home buyer? Looking to refinance? Interested in a private mortgage? Perhaps you want to know more about purchasing a new build or the reverse mortgage product. Whatever your interest, stay tuned to Eye on Mortgage. Oh, and please take a moment to like, share, and subscribe.
All right, so let the journey begin. Now, the first thing you want to ask yourself, if it's just you purchasing, if it's you and a family member, you and your husband, you and your wife, you and a friend, you really want to ask yourself, is home ownership for me? Is home ownership for us? Because, it does come with responsibility. And it's not like when you're renting and if something goes wrong, you pick up the phone and you're calling that landlord to come and fix. You are now the landlord. All right. So you have to keep that in mind. You have to wrap your head around that. And if you're ready to take on that responsibility, then definitely let's go. You're ready. All right. Now, keep in mind that, I always say that owning a home is like you're owning your own bank account. When you're paying the rent, you're throwing that money away, right? You're building someone else's dream versus when you're paying your mortgage, then that goes into your equity. That's your saving. All right, so it definitely does come with its perks. And if it's something that you're ready to take on and you feel that definitely there'll be no issues, then I say start taking the steps, start the process, and get it going. So as I always say, you want to make sure that you're staying on top of your credit. You want to have a credit score of around 680 if you want to have options to all the lenders. And you do want to have options. You do not want to be put into a box. You don't want to know that there's a product that you need, and because your credit is not the best, you're not able to align yourself with that insurer. All right. So anytime you're putting down less than 20% down as your down payment, you have no choice. You do have to be insurer approved. All right. And so once again, you want to make sure that your score is in the best position so that you can have access to all the insurers. All right, the next thing that you want to take a look at is your down payment. Where are you with your savings? Have you already started to save? You want to make sure that you understand all the costs that go into a purchase of a property. And you want to know that from the very beginning so that you know what you are saving towards. You don't want closing, you do not have enough funds to close, right? So you want to really educate yourself from the very beginning of the process and make sure that you understand exactly how much you'll need for closing. So it's a win-win situation and you get your keys. All right. And that, of course, you will be able to find that information out through a trusted mortgage agent. So you want to align yourself first with a mortgage agent, not the other way around. You're not, aligning yourself first with a real estate agent and going out there looking at properties, not knowing what your affordability is. You're wasting your time and you're wasting the real estate agent's time. So you really want to connect with a mortgage agent, connect with your bank, and first find out what your affordability is so that you can start the process. So once you connect with your bank, your mortgage agent, they're going to ask you a few questions with regards to your income. You're going to get all your income documents and submit it so that it can be reviewed and so that your affordability can be firmed up. Now, documents such as your employment letter, all right, your T4s, last 2 years, your notice of assessments, the last 2 years, your IDs, all right, your pay stubs, last 2 pay stubs. If you are self-employed, your business license will be needed, your T1 general. Now, if you are salary versus hourly, and this is very, very important because sometimes we think that, you're hourly, and let's say last year you made 50,000, but this year you made 70,000. And typically what the lenders need is the last 2 years to see if you're hourly, to see what your income is. Now, if you made 50,000, let's say in 2019, and then in 2020, you made 70,000. In your mind, you're thinking, oh, I made 70,000. That's not how it works when it's hourly. All right. We have to add up your the last 2 years and average it out. All right, so we're adding 2019 plus 2020. We're dividing that by 2, and you know that's going to be less than the 70,000 that you think that you're going to be using as your income. All right, so these are things to keep in mind. So your mortgage agent or your bank collects all of your income documents and plugs it into the system, and then your credit is pulled and reviewed. All right, and we go over that to make sure that everything makes sense. If there's anything on your credit that there's a cause for concern, of course your bank is going to reach out to you and find out what happened here, so that we can definitely be able to go over and explain the situation to the underwriter. Once your mortgage agent firms up your affordability, then she or he, and I keep saying she because me, but that information is going to be provided, of course, to the realtor and to you. All right. Once that is provided, then yay, of course, you are going to start shopping for your home. How exciting. All right, so now you know what your affordability is, and the real estate agent is going to plug in all the information so that the type of home that you're looking for can be narrowed down and sent to you via email. You are starting to take a look and browse to see if that's the property that you want to go and see. Once you are interested in a property, the real estate agent, of course, is going to start taking you out to view those properties. All right. So once the properties are viewed, let's say, you find that property that you just love, everything that you need, or most of everything that you need. Once that happens, then you go into the negotiating process. And of course, that's where the real estate agent is going to, of course, work on your best behalf with regards to negotiating the best price with the other side, all right, with the seller. So once the purchase price is firmed up through that negotiation, through that offer, then you're going to put a deposit down on the property. Once that is done, I'm going to receive a purchase and sale agreement. We are now live, all right? We are now live. And so when the file becomes live, which means that you found a property, I'm going to take all your information and send it over to the lender. Once I send all your information over to the lender, the file will be picked up by an underwriter who is now going to look at your application and submit a commitment, submit an approval. All right. So in that commitment, there are going to be conditions, and those conditions can be things like an appraisal on the property, the income documents, all those things. I'm going to go over those conditions with you to make sure that there are no issues, that you will be able to meet all these conditions, especially with regards to the financing conditions, the timeline that we have to firm up your affordability. We want to make sure that we get all the information over as quickly as possible so that it is reviewed and so that we have a commitment from the lender based on your income documents. They're going to review everything and confirm that all the information that is provided is true, correct, and there are no issues with the information that has been provided. All right, so once the conditions are met, then the file is sent over to the lawyer. It is the file is then sent to the lawyer to start their processing on their side. All right. And the lawyer will then, of course, give you a call to let you know exactly what they need. It might be ID. They'll let you know all the information they need. They'll let you know exactly how much you need to bring in terms of the closing cost. So that you make sure that you go to the bank and you get a draft in that exact amount and you'll bring it to the lawyer's office. So once again, once my side is done, the file is going to be instructed. Once all the conditions have been met, the file will be instructed to the lawyer, to your lawyer, who will be representing you and making sure that you provide all the information that they need so that there will be a successful closing. All right. So once the lawyer has done everything that they need to do, you've brought all the information they need. You brought your draft, your down payment, and hopefully usually all that information is provided before closing. In a perfect world, sometimes, of course, things are happening on the wire. But you want to try to get everything in as quickly and as soon as possible. So on closing, all you're doing is just waiting for everything to process, and yay, you get your keys. Congratulations. All right. So that's pretty much just a quick overview with regards to how the home purchase process is. And I do want you to keep in mind that I do have seminars that breaks it down a whole lot more so that you understand every angle. And if you are interested, I'll include a link that you could click on so that you can register, so that you can, of course, take part in a Zoom seminar and find out a little bit more information, especially for first-time home buyers. We know that the process can sometimes, be a little bit challenging, and you have so many questions and there are things that you don't understand, and I like the process to be as educational as possible so that you understand and you feel comfortable in the process. I'm not going to say that there won't be bumps, but I try my very best to eliminate and set that expectation so the process is, of course, as smooth as possible. All right, so there you have it. That is the process with regards to purchasing a property. If you have any follow-up questions, please let me know. Please reach out. Please do not forget to like, share, subscribe, comment. If you have questions, comment. More than happy to address those questions. All right, thank you so much, and stay tuned to Eye on Mortgage, and I'll be putting out more videos.